Hello, and welcome to another episode of my Stellaris Let's Play. This is Northstar. I hope you folks are taking care of each other, being kind to yourselves. For those new to my channel, welcome. For those returning, welcome back. New folks disabled long COVID, I apologize. I always play the quickest because I don't always think the quickest thanks to my long COVID. I can have trouble remembering stuff as well as that. It's a terrible disease, and I really wish there would be a cure for it. Alright, number of revelations here. Drop station's the only one left. Being upgraded. First of all, ever remembered? Was reminded? The Visitor is actually one of the Knights of Toxic God quests. So sometimes we'll get ahead because it's easy to sometimes mess these up. And even though I've done Knights before, but because of my memory issues, I can't always remember what I've seen before. So I want to not learn and seeing stuff over and over and remind myself, I'll actually learn it. Still learn with my long COVID. I just need to see things more times to remember them and to learn the right lessons. It sucks. So this is actually part of the Knight's Quest. The shroud can reveal many secrets to thee if thou art willing to pay the price. Oh, you know what? No. I also wanted to check with bubbles. No, I left that intentionally because that one leads to a happiness and resource production debuff. And I want to get resources, make some high yield investments like a Genesis Arc or two before I take a resource production debuff. I should mention, let's just double check. I'm quite sure. I'll just leave this going for a time, but I'm quite sure that I can't get any achievements in any of the saves. It kind of sucks. I'd like to delete this, whether that's the case or not. This particular let's do this guy. It's quicker. It's here because I don't care. I just want to confirm. I can't get achievements. The bubbles is an easy, quick one. If I can't, well, I'll delete the save because there's, I guess, no point keeping it around while I get my save files. While that's going on, I should mention. If any of you are worried about stuff about the heat before. Apparently one of my roommates likes heating running even less than me. Well, I turned down the heat back a couple degrees. Someone turned it all the way to 50, which honestly, I didn't never ask it to be that cold. I'd say below about 54, you know. Well, around 54, it's reasonable to turn on heating. Which, or maybe 58, but someone turned all the way to 50. I just think they didn't like the smell, or maybe they were concerned about it as I was. I don't know.
Situation log has been updated.
Alright, I did not get it follow me home. So, yeah. It doesn't seem I can get any anomalies. I mean, sorry, any achievements anymore just because I made that bug fix. That's irritating as heck. I don't even know if maybe the game won't do it even if I start a new run, so I might install and reinstall the game. Leaving the save files in place. After this run. After it, I'll just delete it entirely, because I think if you do an entirely fresh install where you don't even have save files around, you can still get the thing where you can scrap beer for 2 minerals. It's a tiny thing, but I think it's cool to have on a new run. So anyways, there is the whole gilded cage thing, delaying the visitor. I've thought a bit about what I want to do with bits in 4 here. Oh no, that's not the one that had Titanic life. Where was it? Nope, that wasn't here. Here. Striber 3A. It's probably a good research role. I thought about whether I should try and become xenophobe first so I can eat the Titans. But I'm better off actually not, and then I can potentially recruit Titan armies, which would be useful against the Hive there. As well, clone armies, which I did check. Yeah, you gain war exhaustion at half the rate when you lose them with normal assault armies, so it can help guarantee a win a war, because my population should be less annoyed with the casualties invading a world. But I may terraform Striber. There's terraforming events, some of them which add permanent planetary features and are really cool. I'll definitely settle bits in 3 because it's already an ocean world, but I may terraform first this, and then this to ocean worlds before I settle. And this as well. Just for the chance of events. Or, well, Arctic worlds can thaw. And I really do need more. Also, is it just Arctic worlds? I think you can get the thawing event. But the, this is really best suited for a research world, which I'm not going to be doing for a while. So, you know, I'll put off Striber. It's in 4 be easy to terraform to an ocean world very early. And the Sith 4A, I guess I need to colonize 1 non-ideal planet type. Between the choice of habitability and pop growth debuff, just habitability I choose with a bonus to build speed. I choose this, especially because this can result not in the ability to recruit Titanic armies, but sometimes get invaded by really powerful armies that you can't possibly beat. So this is even less half a world than these. So I'll do these ones. Put this off. Definitely put off the Tomb World. How's this weather? This would probably be good to... I think when you terraform it's removed. I'm not sure. Continental, easy enough to terraform. Give me 1 sec to double check hazardous weather. Yep, hazardous weather is removed when you terraform, so... Yeah, it used to be terraforming worlds before selling was almost never worth it, especially because you can change pop's habitability type. But now with 4.0, it can be worth it because you don't want to spread your pops too thinly anymore. Selling everywhere is not so great. And when I terraform to match my homeworld type, there's a chance of getting basically a Hesic 2 event. I'm going to change this from Hesic Prime to just Hesic because it is my homeworld. Prime will indicate colonies to me, so with Synth Prime, and when there's more than 1 world in the system, but there's only 1 habitable world in the Hesic system, so anyways, I'll get a chance of getting an event called Hesic 2, where a world will be when it becomes an ocean world. It gives a habitability, permanent habitability bonus and such, which is nice. Ocean worlds are also great for aquatic species, which does seem to be something I think can be added in later through gene modding. Let me double check that too. Okay, yeah, I can only add aquatic after empire creation if I have the mutation, started the mutation or the purity tradition trees, or I have a certain tradition from them rather. So not to biological ascension. But yeah, having lots of ocean worlds, and if I find an aquatic species later, I can benefit from them. And if I don't, eventually I'll create aquatic species. And that'll be good for a while. They probably do World Shaper somewhat later and some other stuff, because terraforming the Gaia worlds is much more marginal than many of the other things, like building city planets. And yeah, Master Nature is cheap. I'll do that early. World Shaper somewhat later, probably. I don't know, maybe not. Plus, you can get events each time you terraform world. And ocean world is the habitability type of my species, my primary species, and obviously pre-sapiens there. So yeah, I'll just have a bunch of matching, and pops can move about freely within my empire. If there's like an ocean paradise origin empire or any Angor's empire, then suddenly I'll be able to get great benefits across all my worlds. Apparently there's a bunch of new terraforming events I didn't realize before that were just added to the wiki. They probably existed before. But yeah, I could obviously colonize, settle everywhere, and focus on doing a whole bunch of like very expensive development, but still profitable in the long run earlier. But I'd probably just go bits in the sense systems, and then probably put off Striver a little bit. But I guess I could terraform it after I colonize with Glandra colonization, so maybe not. It's not like I can't change the pre-sapiens to the ocean parents. Well, whatever. That's the least habitable of the worlds. And these, well, if I can set up another vassal here, turn these guys into vassals, these guys into vassals, at this area into a couple of vassals, so I don't have to run as many worlds and keep my empire size down for a while. I'm going to put my resources and try and conquer the hive mind before too long. It's going to be a prolonged military buildup, quite possibly. Yeah, maybe a few wars. But if I knock them out, vassalize and eventually integrate the council here, I'll have a huge chunk of space that's all mine, and federate with other empires further out. I'll be great. I'll be fairly secure, and that's just a matter of time to win, probably, strategically. Anyways, enough talk. Let's go. Synthesis the oil world. Left to develop. I will do the clone armies for sure, because they'll really help against the hive, including if I need to add extra armies that aren't defense armies to Hesek. The clone armies don't generate much war exhaustion when lost, and but they do cause collateral damage. When you're defending, your armies don't create nearly as much. Defense armies create none, but even assault armies on planet create far less. But, you know, important thing is not to lose a war. I'll try to use clone armies offensively, normal SAR armies to reinforce garrisons, but we'll see how it works out. May eventually also turn one of the pre-sapients. I have proles who make great soldiers, so I may eventually turn the proles into battle thralls to get better armies. This is also I can win the ground war relatively cost effective against this hive. Because they specialize in ground combat. Or, well, they're good at it. They're also good. They have military focused civics. Subspace phase, which gives naval capacity, and Legion node experience, which I think buffs the armies, the Legion node. Or if not, it's the regulatory. Commander's starting skill level and army damage up, and starting experience level. Plus they're strong. Yeah, to beat the hive and take their planets, I'll probably want a strong army as well as a strong fleet. And the fleet's going to be quite an investment, as well as tech, fortifying the borders. Even if pop growth would be better for long-term economic growth, tech will give more of a military advantage in the short term. Population takes time to translate to tech, to translate to millet, and resources to translate to military advantage. Tech can often give an immediate boost, so that's why people often go tech heavy and fleet heavy in this game. They like to conquer stuff early. I need to be more aggressive than I usually am, I think. Make for a more interesting game for you guys. Nothing else. Oh yeah, there are scientists to recruit. Am I putting off these guys? Possibly for another science ship. Real reason to wait. Oh yeah, I did check the rate. I gain at least 2 trust, so next, don't have to worry about this. I pass ahead because I want to see I can propose subjugation next month, and that will be the big thing. So let's go. If I go down this, consumer goods, and I really need consumer goods. Get at least a Genesis arc for this ocean world, which is only really good for specializing. Do a little mining and generation, food production. I really should have done biological ships as the Knights Toxicod. Oh well. This is an incentive to potentially grab catalytic processing, especially since metallurgist output and catalytic technicians I think have higher base output. Encryption does help me get first contacts better, but crime is not a big deal. Oh yeah, the one other thing I want to check. Sorry, I'm like tired, so my brain's going all over the place. But from building, genetic identification does add base society research to knight jobs. Okay. So yeah, it actually buffs the knights quite well. So I can't be too upset. But catalytic processing, that'd be a good third civic, especially because my vassals, I mean, well, soon to be my vassals have masterful crafters, so they can produce consumer goods. I'll produce lots of alloys. Technically, my empire is poorly suited, and it would be better to do it the other way around to get my allies from my vassal, but that would require forcing them down a different. Probably do this once I integrate and release, and I'll get alloys from my vassal, and I'll switch to masterful crafters. But it's a good third civic is catalytic processing. Also, I'm going to do dimensional warship. Chance for astral rifts, which I mean, that could be useful, I suppose. So I'm looking to see. It won't be too long until my third civic, so I'm taking a look to see if there's something. Don't need more minerals. Mutagenic spas or not. Useful on like their machine empire equivalents, which are great. Philosopher King. Nope. 5 better ruler skill. That would actually. Add to my influence income. Philosopher King, that's interesting. I don't need the influence. Selective kinship. Yeah, no, I have all these pre-savings of other classes. That'd be dumb. Vault's knowledge doesn't make sense unless you're gonna get a lot of level 8. Whereas Byzantine bureaucracy. Instability from priests. It used to be you couldn't take this as spirituals, I thought. Astrometeorology Observatory. Looks like it's something that specializes in dealing with storms. Ascensionists. Extra ascension to your site already. So way cheaper ascensions. Oh, wait. Could do agrarian idle. I'm gonna have a world that's lots of farms, trade away food, but more importantly, it would add to catalytic processing. Build a bunch of farms, agrarian idle later when I start to have need of the food for actually feeding pops. That's the way to go. Alright. It's being bored out of your mind. I'm sorry, I'm so tired, but I really need to produce as many videos as possible. Oh, we can see trust here. Increases by 1.45 a month. And the cap's 100, do a defensive pact. I think it would have been 50 without, so it still could have. Still. Higher opinion means a more loyal vassal. I'm going to vassalize them, and then I can guarantee they join offensive wars. Here. It's the Chalcedon Accord. The Avenue of Federation, which has high upkeep. Influence even higher than all my packs currently. Which I'll eventually cancel. I guess, starting with the defensive pact. So upset them, but once I need influence for other things. Just doing orders demands for now. Oh, robot to resettle. The month rolls over. It's cheaper to resell worker robots than it is to resettle rooted pops, so heck with it. Robots all innocent. Hasn't updated yet, but there shouldn't be any. Yeah, there's no robots left on his side now. Synth got them all. That's the population. Man, it's pop growth. Just starting to get nice. Alright. So close to the I could form a federation right now if I had the right tech. I'm gonna propose subjugation instead. I don't need an influence tithe, and I need to increase their acceptance substantially. Tithe is irrelevant if not evolutionary predators. I guess I have to join all their conflicts and can't bring them into mine immediately. To get really generous agreement at first, and I'll have to make it harsher later. I don't care about this because I don't have these two. I'm gonna pay him a research subsidy. Or I cannot do a holding. This would be like 60 research. I'm just gonna absorb him to catch him up. Yeah, I'll just turn off holding. So this is I'd rather. Alright. Basically the most generous possible agreement. I have to choose either give him a research subsidy or have no holdings. I'll do no holdings, and this is definitely going to be the basis for. Unless I go right into some other type, they might prefer something like this. Well, I could make him a prospectorium. I'd have to increase the research subsidy over the base. Can I make him a protector? Instead? I could. Protectorates, unlike normal vassals, receive a boost towards all technology I possess, so they'll catch up quicker, and they give me an influence income. Could still switch integration later. Can't tax research from them. Or strategic resources, but I don't intend to do either of those things, and okay, so I'll just make him a protectorate. It's essentially the same as a vassal, but I'll get a little influence. It's 3.25 on that. Alternative is this. Same exact loyalty. Alright. Fun. I start off as a protectorate, then I reform them into something else. Unless the influence cost differs. Give me a sec. No, it's 200 influence either way. So protectorate it is. And at least help me recoup the influence a little quicker. And less pressure to cancel agreements with them. So I'll be turning my neighbor into a protectorate. Building up, taking down the hive. Possibly systems have already been surveyed here. Interestingly. The system is a mess, but auto survey actually did it in the optimal pattern, or very close to it. Interesting. We should go in this way. Or at least. Very well. If you agree to defend us from all the horrors of the galaxy, the council should become your subject. I get no benefit out of it yet. Subject status changed due to their advances in technology. Oh, they just instantly became a vassal instead. That didn't work. Why'd he even let me? It's exactly the same. They are going to become disloyal after a little, well, next month, and that it'll take 4 or 5 months to return to loyal. But they shall be in the long run. As my subject, they gain even more trust in me before. Commercial, migration, research, defensive. Looks like the research pack canceled. As well as the defensive pack. Automatically, but I didn't get debuff for me canceling. Cool. Maintain the commercial and migration packs, which are beneficial. My pops are roots. They can't actually leave their worlds as far as I know. And theirs aren't, so I can just steal pops and build trust and get a little benefit from the commercial pact. Let's see what I get from the... Oh. Should be an extra 10%. Trade value production. But commercial. That. I don't know what it does now. It might just... Nah, whatever. It's good for building trust, but I might cancel soon. It's not actually profitable, I don't know. More civilian industries. Those farms. Plenty of food coming in. The minerals will be helpful for developing the next planet. Yeah, how long until I can renegotiate? 10 years after the original agreement till I can make it more in my favor. Alright. A little while they'll be disloyal. Cool. Robots are cheap to resettle. Civilians aren't terrible either. Synth where all the jobs are. Crime took off a little on Anchor. It's actually only gonna get worse is there a thing, so I'll just probably round down defense army, so boom. Max enforcers. No. Empire size. Such a perk. Should keep working the domination tradition, probably. Commercial pact broken. Yeah, they did that because they're temporarily disloyal. Doesn't hurt their opinion of me. Hurts my opinion of them. Became my vassal, but while it lasted, built trust. Probably break the migration treaty soon too. Oh, not before I get a couple of their pops. Spare organs. Some as leaders, I guess. The coroners, not a terrible thing. Make specialist if I can just remove the soul reader's trait, which I can with gene tailoring and ingenious. I got some negative traits, but not too bad. And this won't matter much. I have so many things improve happiness around. Let's do this to improve our happiness. It's crime issues. At default rates. Social welfare. So I don't have to worry about that in the future. Where did I get to with our pops? Probably in a synth, I would think. Yep, and they're specialists. Which... cool. I mean, I wouldn't want them to be workers, so... slow breeders, if they're not selected for growth, not that much of an issue. But, well, they all grow in parallel, so slowly grow, so is population growth on the planet. They make good leaders if they get roll for it. Of course, their habitability is low. So they're not actually very good for artisans. Definitely have to genetically engineer them to have an ocean preference. Whatever. All we need, we'll sample their population. And make longer-lived leaders than my primary species. They're just better at it. Use less housing too for what the heck it's worth. Barely matters early game. Alright. Surprisingly, maybe anomalies left in the system to do.
Construction completed.
Cool. And I end up with civilians on anchor. They're supposed to be squires. Take a sec, but they should turn squires.